exactly what we're going to break down. I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? Doesn't matter if you're a tiny startup or a massive corporation, the goal is always the same. Create something solid, something reliable, something that can handle whatever the world throws at it. So where on earth do you even start? Think about it. You would never, ever build a skyscraper without a detailed plan. And your business is no different. You need a blueprint that maps out every single detail for quality and consistency. And that is precisely what ISO 9001 is. So here's our game plan. We're going to walk through this blueprint piece by piece. First, we'll define what it really is. Then we'll look at the principles it's built on, the foundation. After that, we'll get into the framework, talk about those quality inspections, see what the finished product looks like in terms of benefits, and finally, touch on how you keep making it better. Okay, first things first, let's get a really clear picture of what this blueprint is. What exactly is ISO 9001 2015? So at its core, it's an international standard for a quality management system, or QMS. Now, don't let the jargon throw you. A QMS is really just the formal name for your blueprint in action. It's your company's playbook, the collection of all your processes and rules that help your team do things the right way every time. It's all about creating a reliable system so that your customers get exactly what they expect from you consistently. It's the how behind your promise of quality. Now, any good blueprint needs a rock-solid foundation. With ISO 9001, that foundation is made up of some really important core principles. These ideas guide every single decision you make. And yup, there are 7 of them. These aren't just a list of rules to memorize. They are the values that create a whole culture of quality, from the very top of the company all the way down. And here they are. It all starts with a relentless customer focus. It's driven by strong leadership. It absolutely requires the engagement of people at every level. It works by taking a process approach, seeing the business as a bunch of interconnected activities. And it's fueled by constant improvement, making decisions based on facts, and really smart relationship management. See? Together, they create this incredible bedrock for the entire system. Okay, foundation is in place. Now we can start putting up the framework. So how does ISO 9001 actually organize all the work? The secret sauce is something called the process approach. It might sound complicated, but it's actually super logical. First, you just identify your key business activities. From making a sale to delivering the product. Next, you figure out how all those activities connect and affect each other. And finally, you manage that whole system to make sure it's running as smoothly and effectively as possible. It's about seeing the entire machine, not just its individual cogs. And just like any good blueprint, this one gets updated. The 2015 version was a pretty major overhaul from the old one. The new plan puts a much bigger emphasis on thinking about risks, looking ahead and figuring out what could go wrong before it does. It also requires way more involvement from leaders, making quality a top-down thing. And honestly, it's just a lot more flexible for the way businesses run today. So you've got your foundation, you've got your framework. How do you make sure the construction is actually following the plan? Well, that's where quality inspections, or as they're called here, audits, come into play. And this is a super important question. Because let's be real, no system is ever perfect. An audit is probably going to find some spots where things don't quite match the plan. In the lingo, these are called nonconformities. But finding a flaw isn't a failure. It's actually an opportunity. The real test is what you do about it. And the blueprint tells you exactly what to do. You don't just slap a bandage on the problem. First, you dig deep to find the real reason it happened, the root cause. Then, you put actions in place to fix it and, this is key, to stop it from ever happening again. And finally, you double-check to make sure your fix actually worked. It's this powerful cycle of learning and getting stronger. All right, so you've done all this hard work. You've laid the foundation, built the framework, run the inspections. What do you get for it? What does the finished building actually look like in the real world? The results are pretty amazing, and they're all connected. When your quality gets better, your customer satisfaction goes up. That just makes sense. When your processes are more efficient, you're saving time and money. Put all that together, and you suddenly have a huge competitive advantage. On top of all that, your team starts making smarter, data-driven decisions. It's a win-win all around. But here's maybe the most crucial part of all. The job is never really done. A great building needs constant upkeep, renovations, upgrades. And it's the exact same thing for a great quality system. This takes us right back to one of those core principles, continual improvement. This quote just nails it. It really captures the spirit of ISO 9001. It's not about hitting some perfect state and then just stopping. No, it's a commitment to always be looking for ways to get better, to find new opportunities, make smart changes, and then check to see if they worked. It's a living, breathing blueprint for excellence. So as you can see, ISO 9001 is so much more than just a piece of paper you hang on the wall. It is a powerful, comprehensive blueprint for building a business that's resilient, that's customer-focused, and that is always, always improving. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build with it?